Alright, after a little bit of a drive, we have arrived at Capitol Reef. Now, it got a little bit cool out here, temperature-wise, because there's rain up in the atmosphere, but it's so dry that it cannot hit the ground. So basically, it's a dry rainstorm that we're having. And as always, I shall now cross and set foot into Capitol Reef National Park. And as of now, I have been to Capitol Reef National Park. Alright, y'all, just arrived here at the cabin. This is where we're going to be staying for the next 2 nights. Also, unlike the last place we stayed where there was a very high risk of my camera getting stolen, here, check this out. We've got all this area right here. Once the sun goes down, I can go all the way over there to the top of that little mound. It'll be a little bit of a hike though, but I can do it. I can go all the way to that top of that mound right there. I can set the camera up on the tripod and get both the star trails and a night lapse. Now, because it's cloudy tonight, I'm planning on getting the night lapse, whereas tomorrow I'll probably get the star trails. But again, it all is subject to change due to weather. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But first, let's get the car unpacked. Let's go in the cabin. Alright, y'all, I think I found a pretty good spot to set up the night lapse for tonight, and it's not too far over here. It'll be very obscured from the prying eyes of guests staying here at the cabin. It is pretty isolated. There are some disc golf baskets over there, although I don't think there's very many people here playing disc golf today. And number 2, where I have it set up, is going to be not in a very good spot to shoot from. So yeah, I'll show you exactly where I'm planning on setting up. Just a little ways back here over this mound. God, I hope there's no snakes back here. Anything. Right, here we are. Although there are some weird boxes, I don't know. Please don't be any bodies in here. So, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to set up right here. Aim it straight up for the sky. I'll get this view right here. Get this whole field of view. I'll set it on the super view. And yeah, hopefully it'll capture a pretty good nighttime lapse. Now, I'm going to have to do the night lapse tonight. And then I'll do the star trails tomorrow, because there are clouds. Lots and lots of clouds. And one thing you cannot capture a star trails in is clouds. So it needs to be cloud free. But this is the spot we're doing for the night lapse. I'll probably do the star trails further out there, although I haven't decided yet. But whatever I decide to do, I will for sure let you guys know. But without further ado, I'm going to head back up to the cabin and calibrate the settings for the night lapse. Get it set to some real low light level, because there's zero light pollution out here. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So yeah. And also, I'm not sure what we're going to be doing if we're going back into the park or not, but I think we're probably just going to chill here for the rest of the night. But whatever happens, happens. I got to get this thing calibrated though. Alright. Well, I just got done calibrating all the settings for the night lapse tonight, and now I'm gonna kind of explore this area a little bit and see, because I'm also curious about that spot way over there, if it would also be a good one for a night lapse. So I'm gonna go check it out, because I think it'd probably be better. Even that right there maybe would probably be good. Be able to angle it out in this direction and capture a lot of cool stuff. And also, it's away from all the prying eyes of people driving by on the roads over there and whatnot. So I'm gonna check this area out, and I will come to a final decision once I'm done exploring. This is definitely the spot right here. I'm gonna show you where I entered. So the entrance is right over there. Walk along here, go up here. You have to kind of make your way up here. No climbing. And then you're right here. I'm thinking right on top of this hill, right over here. This is hands down the best spot. And I'll show you why once I get up here. I have to keep it down because there's a farm back there and somebody is outside. And I'll show you what I mean by this being a really banger spot. Check this out. We'll be able to capture all of this right here. All of the. So yeah, I think I found the spot. Now, in case there's wind, I've got a pretty sturdy tripod, but I think we can do a pretty good time lapse tonight. Alright, I have 100% found the spot for tonight's night lapse. Now, if tonight's night lapse doesn't turn out good, I'll do another one tomorrow, and I'll have to sacrifice the star trails, but we'll see what happens. Although, one note about tonight is if I do a night lapse over there on that hill, I will not be able to film other events in the night. That could potentially happen, but that's okay. It's a fair trade-off. I'm gonna get some good star footage. It comes with a little bit of a price to pay, but it's a good price and not a bad one. But anyway, I'm gonna go back into the cabin because it's a little chilly out here. Wait for the sun to set. I think we got about 40 minutes till sunset. And then right around that time, I'll go out there, up to that hill, get everything set up, and hit the record button. And yeah, it's also probably where I'll do my outro as I'm walking up to the spot. But I have found the spot, I'm set on it, and that's what we're doing tonight. So yeah. Anyway, back here at the cabin. Time for me to go get warm. Alright, y'all. Well, it's that time. The sun is going down. I actually decided to take a little bit of a hike instead of sitting in the cabin. So I'm just coming back from that. It was a pretty good hike. Got a lot of cool views. Although I didn't take any pictures or do any skits for it. But yeah. Anyway, excuse me, heading back to the butte. Go up there, set up the camera, and click the record button. We're gonna let it record all night. And yeah, I will see you guys in the morning. Alright, good morning everybody. So first things first, before we go on a hike, I'm gonna get some breakfast. And we're doing it plain and simple this morning. We're going up here and get some oatmeal. And yeah, couldn't include the time lapse. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out as good as I wanted it to. The calibration was off or something. Sorry about the wind. I know it was a little windy, that could interfere with the audio, but the time lapse wasn't as good as I thought it was. But I'll try again tonight with the star trails. But yeah. Anyway, we're gonna be doing a couple hikes today in Capitol Reef, and basically just enjoying the scenery while we're here. But first things first, let's go get some breakfast. Alright y'all, just finished up eating some breakfast, and they had a little fruit bowl there also. So I managed to grab an apple and an orange for the road, because I'll know I'll need it once this oatmeal wears off. Excuse the wind too. Not sure if it's playing with the audio too bad, but if it is, please excuse it. Because it is a little windy out here. We do have a little bit of a headwind. But it makes sense why, because we had a front pass through last night. So it's a little windy. And it's also cold out here too. Like this morning when I went to go get the camera off the butte over there, it was freezing. So I had to hustle. But anyway, we're heading back to the cabin to go get in the car, and we're gonna head off to Capitol Reef. And we got some hiking plans today, so we're gonna wait for this person to pass, but we got some hike plans today. We're gonna go on some hikes, basically check the place out. So yeah, let's do it. Alright y'all, just arrived here at the Cassidy Arch trailhead. But first, before we go on the trail, check out this check out this canyon that's behind me. Huge slot canyon that we're in right now. But anyway, we're gonna hop on the trail here shortly, and we're gonna go see Cassidy Arch. But before we do that, I had to show you this canyon here we're in, because this is beautiful, really beautiful. But anyway, let's hop on the trail. Alright, just jumping on the trail here. It'll be about a 2-mile hike. I think actually it might be a little over 2 miles, just slightly over 2 miles to the Cassidy Arch, but get to walk through the narrows here, which is the slot canyon that we're in. But we'll be treated to some very beautiful views of this canyon as we hike along. So yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Nice little river walk action we're doing here. Getting to walk on a dried up riverbed. Check out these rock formations right here. Look like miniature arches almost. Although it's really where the rock is breaking out from all the water eroding it over the years. But man, this is cool. There's back where we came from over there. There's that whole side of the canyon right there. It almost looks like there's a little bit of a cave trying to form right here. Although I'm not going in it because I don't want to get stuck. But some really cool sights. I'm not so sure about Cassidy Arch. So you start out at 5,400 feet, and It goes up to 6,350 at the actual arch. So that's 1,000 feet in elevation gain. Actually over 1,000 feet in elevation gain. That sounds pretty strenuous. So I think we'll just walk the Narrows and see the canyon. Alright y'all, looks like we're coming up on some of the narrow parts right here. Like this. And also once I get around these boulders here and back into the creek bed, it looks like we're getting into the narrow part of the canyon. Way over there. It's looking like it's getting pretty narrow. But we'll see what happens here. I'd say we've probably been walking about a mile now. That's what it feels like. We've probably been walking here a good 20-30 minutes. But we're making pretty good timing here. But yeah, I'm gonna continue enjoying the beauty and walking the trail. Alright y'all, we have definitely gotten into the part that is real echoey. And it's also the part where it is very narrow too. I'll give you all a quick spin around. And look at this. Going up, 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 up. There's the top of the canyon. Way up there above me. It's quite cool that we're in here. And we got these huge cliffs around us and we're just in this little slot canyon back here in Arches. And also, I was going to send a text to my friend saying that I was in this slot canyon, but then I realized there's no cell service out here. So how am I supposed to send a text to my friend if there's no cell service? Yeah. Oh, this is really cool right here. I'm gonna spin you guys around. Check that out. Right there. This little area that we're going in. But yeah, this is really cool. But anyway, let's continue hiking. Alright y'all, this place is amazing. Let's see, it looks like there's another little slot canyon over here that feeds into the main canyon that we're in. Let's have a look at it real quick. It's just right up here. We'll be able to see it. There we are. Check that out. So the water starts all the way at the top, way up there, and it trickles its way down. And it meets in this canyon right here. And likely flows that way. So yeah. Pretty cool sight to see out here in Utah. Alright y'all, just found a cave here. It's more of a little slot, but let's go into it and see what we can see. And it continues way back there, although that's very tiny. But yeah, here I am in this little cavern is what it looks like we're in right now, but still really cool sight. Alright y'all, we've made it. There's the road right there. We've done it. We did that in about, I want to say an hour and 10 minutes, maybe an hour and 15. I'm guessing it's probably going to be roughly the same going back. So I think we'll be able to do this in just under 2.5 hours here and then for the return trip back. But man, here we are. There's some of that volcanic rock. In case you're wondering what that black rock is, that is it's basalt and andesite. Both are volcanic in origin. But man, this is beautiful. Alright y'all, just made it topside here. Check out these views. there. Look at that. 360 degrees around. There's the river right there. Oh man, this is just beautiful. And then there's the canyon right there behind me that we came in from. But yeah, I'm gonna get a couple pictures and then we're gonna head on back the way we came and be on to the next place. Alright y'all, just made it back down safely from up there. I have to say it is not the most stable of footing. There are definitely a couple rocks that slid, but thankfully none that fell directly into the trail. But anyway, we're making our way back. It was, I want to say, 2.1 miles up to the street, which means there'll be another 2.1 miles on the way back. So yeah. Anyway, let's head back. Alright y'all, check this out. We're in another little cave system here. Although this one goes back a little bit farther. And it actually goes up. Although I'm not going to climb up there and go explore it because I don't have the proper safety equipment to do so. And also, I need to get back to the car so we can go see some overlooks and maybe do another hike or two. But yeah, I thought I'd just show you that. That was the other cave. First cave we went into was right over here. It was right in there where that person's sitting right there. But yeah, pretty cool little pit stop there. See those caves. Alright y'all, just made it back into the skinny part of the canyon. Coming up on this little area right here. But here's the return view. Spin you guys around. There it is right there. And right over there, there's a fork. Of course it goes that way. If you go that way, it goes up to the top. It's like a little canyon that feeds into it. But I thought for sure it was going to be a fork where we could either go left or right. But upon further inspection, it is not a fork, but rather just a canyon that feeds into it. But anyway, we're probably about 3 miles in. We're getting close to the car here, but well, I'm gonna continue hiking over there and see you once I get back to the car. Alright y'all, just made it back to the parking lot. It's a pretty good 2-hour hike. Non-strenuous, very flat. But now it's time to jump back in the car and we need to go back into town and get some lunch because we're hungry. I'm really hungry, at least. I can tell you that much. So yeah, we're gonna go into town, get some food. We'll be back out here for another hike. Alright y'all, time to grab some lunch here at this restaurant. Let's go eat. Alright, just finished up lunch. It's time to go back to Capitol Reef and go on another hike. Alright y'all, just arrived here at Hickman Bridge Trail. Of course this right here isn't the Hickman Bridge. It's a natural bridge. There's actually an arch. I'm just standing here down by this river before we head up. But yeah, this will be should be a pretty simple 1 mile hike. There it'll be 1 mile and then it'll be another mile back, so 2 miles total. But should be a pretty good hike. It'll be moderate difficulty, but
backpack pouring water down the back of mine.
I don't think it'll be too bad though. But anyway, let's go hiking. Alright, y'all. Just making our way up on the trail here.
Yeah, probably like that night, they'll probably like somebody get the
Nice little bit of scenery here with the road, of course, but we're hiking up the side of the cliff here, kinda. So, at the very beginning, there was this little part, 500-foot stretch, where you couldn't stop for any reason. The reason why is because apparently there are rockfall hazards, and this is somewhat true, but a moving person is way less likely to get struck by falling rock than someone who's stationary. But yeah,
You all right, Blair?
we're heading up the hill here. Alright, y'all. I think we're about halfway into the hike. But these views over here, these mountains, are really gorgeous. I gotta take some pictures of these. But man, it's beautiful. Despite how warm it is out here, it is very beautiful. Alright, y'all. Check this out. Kind of this little slot canyon, or this is more of a canyon-like formation right here. It is pretty echoey in here, although not as echoey as the last place we went to go hike. I'm not sure if this is the bridge right here or not, but we'll see. This might be it. I don't know. Let's go over here and see. Oh, this looks like it could be it right here. There it is. Looks like. Now let's go walk across it. Alright, turns out that wasn't it, but that right there is. There it is. Right over there.
Ooh, cool.
You can barely see it off in the distance over there. Other people are hiking from, but that's where we gotta go. And I'm not entirely sure if you can walk across it, but we'll go up there and see if it's safe to do so.
I think that's it right there.
Be careful with your back to that ledge.
Alright, y'all.
Yeah, please.
Just made it. Check that out right under me. Oh, man. That's just beautiful. Also really sketchy. There's a bit behind me. It's kind of a diagonal drop. So yeah. Anyway, let's check the area out. Alright, y'all, check this out. There's the arch right behind me. I'm just on this little area right here. Look at that. That's amazing. I'm gonna flip the camera around here and I'll show y'all how far this goes off right here. As safe as I possibly can. There's that right there. Now, it's safe to do so. I'm gonna try and go over there. Probably not like up there, but like on that platform right there. Yeah, pretty cool. Alright, y'all, check that out. I'm not even gonna do the selfie stick, but I can tell you it's quite the drop. Now it's time for me to go ahead and make my way down to a safer spot. Alright, just made my way down. Time to go retrieve my backpack. It's right here. Gotta get that. And yeah, Now it's time to make our way out of the arches that we're in, or out of the arch that we're in. But yeah, one last view of the arch right behind me. All right, time to hike back. Let me get down here real quick. Go ahead, just like that. All right, let's jump back on the main trail. Let's get out of here. All right, y'all. Just got finished up there. Check out these views. All these views over here. Pretty cool looking. But anyway, on the way back down the trail, it should be pretty easy because the way up was hard. And as always, we're going with gravity. So yeah, time to head back down the trail. All right, final 500 feet. No stopping for any reason. There's a rock from up there. Could fall on my head. But let's hope that doesn't happen. All right, y'all. Just made it back to the parking lot. Now it's time to jump in the car. I'm not entirely sure what we're doing next, but I will for sure let you know once the decision is made. Although it's probably not going to be another hike, I don't think. But we may go do like a scenic drive or something. But we'll see. Let's go ahead and get in the car and get it fired up and get the AC running because it's hot. All right, y'all. We're gonna go see some petroglyphs real quick. Should be a short walk along a bridge, so no hiking. We're just gonna be walking like it's a stroll through the park. But anyway, let's go see some petroglyphs. All right. Not sure if you can see them, but way up there are the petroglyphs. Now, the ones down here, or in this area, not really visible. But up there, you can really see them. But yeah, many thousands of years old drawings. So yeah, pretty cool. Alright, y'all, just got finished up and we're gonna head back to the car. Those are pretty cool. Pretty cool getting to see those petroglyphs. Oh, there's some more. Not sure if they're visible, but some more right through those plants there. But we're gonna go ahead and jump back in the car, and I think after this we're probably gonna head back to the cabin because we got to get ready for dinner and stuff like that. Which tonight we're going to a steakhouse, so need to make sure that we're not all sweaty. But yeah. Anyway, let's head back to the car and head back to the cabins. Oh, turns out I was wrong about that being the only little patch of petroglyphs. It looks like there's some more right over here in this little area. Although I'm not really sure if we're gonna have to use the binocs for them to see them. But oh, these should be pretty visible right here. I think these might be free. I'm gonna take a look first.
No, but I will.
They're down low.
Down low. Wait, were they?
Yep.
See those rocks on the white bricks?
Yeah.
Huh?
They blend in.
And then to the left.
Oh, I see them. They're up there. I
Alright,
see 'em.
let's see if we can
Imagine you don't have your binocular with
get
you,
a
Matt.
view.
Is that some way up there too, or is that like just markings on the? You can see where the rock.
Not really sure if y'all
It might
y'all
just be
can
part of
see
the
'em.
rock
Yeah,
face.
it's probably gonna have to get closer for them to see.
You see how the rock it goes up, and then there's that
There they
big
are.
white dome patch.
Right there.
Looks like maybe there's some right there too. But I
It's
don't know
pretty
how
cool
in the world they would've got
to look
there.
at. There they are, way up there. Really cool stuff to look at. Alright, y'all. Now we've finished up at the petroglyphs. It's time to now head back to the cabins. So yeah. Alright, y'all. Actually, we decided to make one last pit stop here at Gooseneck's Point. And it looks like we have a danger sign. Let's see what it says. Keep back from edge, loose rocks. It's good to hear. Always good to hear when there's loose rocks. That means you need to stay extra, extra, extra back from the edge. Anyway, it's only 600 feet to the top. It shouldn't be that bad. But anyway, let's go check it out. Alright, y'all. Turns out it was a drop. Look at that. Right behind me. It goes right down. Oh, it's a nice little canyon.
It's not in a bad spot. It's fine.
Yeah, let me go and switch you guys
I
around
mean,
here.
it doesn't need to go that way, but I'm fine on that rock. Oh wow.
Not gonna get too close because it said there was loose rocks. But there it is. I keep hearing that one too. Let's go over here a little ways. Man, this place is cool.
Yeah. The big gourd blade.
Oh, look at this.
I'm sorry.
This is cool.
What am I thinking?
These right here, I believe, especially this right here, this is a fossil of some sort. At least that's what I think. Not entirely sure though, but it looks like some sort of marine fossil. But anyway, I'm gonna enjoy the area a little bit more and yeah, take some pictures. Alright, turns out there was a spot with guardrails. That makes us feel a little bit safer. Oh, dust devil. Oh, one was getting ready to envelop me like it did at Canyonlands the other day. I don't want to round two of that because I got dust all in my nose and my mouth and my eyes. Anyway, let's check these views out.
Maybe it's like a gooseneck canyon.
Over here. Wow. This is. I have to have two hands on the selfie stick.
Oh wow.
Look at that.
Wow.
That is about 1,500 foot drop right there.
That is amazing.
Just step back. I'm gonna.
I want to see it.
Check that out. All the way back there. Whoa. It's quite a drop. I'd say about 1,500 feet.
There's switches.
At least to get some good views of the canyon. Sorry for the wind. I know it is a little windy, but it could interfere with some of the audio. But man, this is breathtaking. I'm gonna take some pictures, and then we're gonna head back to the car. All right, y'all. Just arrived back here at the cabins, and I am going to go on a little bit of a hike before the sun goes down, and then I'm gonna wait for it to get completely dark. I'm gonna go back out, set up the time lapse for the night. It'll be a Star Trails tonight. Hopefully hopefully it'll be a good one. I figured out what the issue was last night. I had the ISO set to city light pollution levels and not an area with little to no light pollution like the area that we're in right now. So that's why it ended up looking not as good as I wanted it to. But tonight I have fixed that problem and we're going to try and get it really good.